AI engines are trained using large data sets of work created by artists. The AI learns to produce new work based off of the data it has for reference by analyzing the pixels on an individual level, and an external prompt. At the moment, AI art engine programs have stolen copyrighted work from hundreds of artists and marketed the product as free of copyright, not only violating their rights, but also ruining the livelihood and careers of many artists. One example of this issue is Lensa AI. It uses a large data set scraped from the internet to train. Lensa also charges money to use their software, which means that they profit off of the stolen artwork without compensating the original creators. Another example is Stability AI, whose dataset is used in some of the most popular AI art generators. Sarah Anderson, Kelly McKernan, and Carla Ortiz filed a class action complaint against Stability AI, Midjourney, and DeviantArt on behalf of themselves and the other artists whose copyright was infringed on for the generation of AI software. The document explains that Stability AI used the copyrighted images of artists without their consent or compensation to train the Stable Diffusion software. As a result, the images produced by the software are entirely derivative of the training images used, calling it merely a complex collage tool. It goes on to explain how the software competes with the original artists by replicating their style for free, which discourages people from commissioning the original artists, drying up their main source of income. Of course, there are also non-legal options that you can use to protect your images from being used in AI training without your consent. Glaze is a software that anyone can use to protect any images they plan to upload publicly from AI data scraping. It makes small changes to the images that are barely noticeable to humans but confuse AI systems trying to learn from them. Of course, though, AI developers will learn how to override this system, so it's not really a permanent solution. Have I Been Trained is a website that helps people search through the datasets of some of the most popular AI models if you suspect anything you have uploaded to the internet has been scraped. You can then opt out of these images. At this time, over 1.4 billion images have been opted out of using this API. However, this only applies to AI developers who have agreed to work with Spawning API. A more reliable solution would be legislation. Ensuring that AI art programs are trained using only materials that the programmer has the rights to, the rights of artists and their work could be better protected. A possible compromise could be to require AI developers to use something like Spawning API to give artists an option to individually opt out their work from being used in training datasets. Ideally, AI developers should not use copyrighted material in the first place without the consent of owners, but this change would be a step in the right direction. Another option would be to limit the amount of work of individual artists that can be used in training image sets to ensure that no specific artist style is replicated, avoiding competition and falling more clearly under fair use. I got the goose doing a dance.
Excuse me.